Oh. Good morning, everybody. We're out plowing on a beautiful morning. Careful, Baron. And we're just finishing up another tile run here where they just had it tiled. Yep, jeep. Jeep, yep, jeep. Jeep, 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 yep, jeep, jeep, yep, jeep, jeep. Jeep, Catherine. Jeep, 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 jeep. Oh. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the plow and how this works. You guys have all seen this plow, a lot of you have at least, and it's a two-way plow, which means you go down one furrow, turn direct around like I just did, and come back up the same furrow. And it works great if you've got a pair of horses that are good at sidestepping, good at turning like that. The three did really great right there. So these are my three Suffolk young horses. We got Earl and Duke and Baron. And Earl and Duke are 4-year-olds, and Baron's a 5-year-old. And they're doing quite well, even on this turning, which is very difficult. This hard turning is one reason why a lot of people don't even like to use a two-way plow, because it's hard to turn on these corners and make it work right. This plow right here is a White Horse plow, like I said, and there's so many good qualities about this White Horse plow, but there's still a lot of qualities I do not like. And I'm even going to share a few of these right now. If you guys are thinking about buying a White Horse plow, I got to tell you some of the bad things about it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit of cough in here. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather the last few days. There's a couple things I don't like about this plow. I know a lot of the Amish send their kids out to plow with, and I honestly don't know how they can handle this plow. But for some reason, the handles and their releases on the handles are so close together that they're easy to grab and squeeze, but then you can't get your fingers back in here so when you want to release that, you can't release that and still have a grip on your handle. And sometimes if you don't have a grip on your handle, it'll actually move where you don't want it to be. So I'm wondering if maybe they kind of engineered this so that the children could actually use this better because they can reach these handles. Same with this one here. When you squeeze this, and I'm not even going to touch that, because if I touch that, I don't want this plow to go down. But if I squeeze that, there's a chance that plow will just drop right to the ground, which I do not like. But if we come over here, this handle here, this is the one I'm going to drop down. And so they have this set up so when you push this lever, it'll drop down really fast. But I can't stop it at any point. Like right here, I can't. If I want to stop this, I can't. It's got a lot of weight on it, and I have to take two hands and let go of that so it catches. Otherwise, it just drops right to the ground. And then it is so darn heavy, you can't even. I don't even think I have the strength to squeeze this and push this down. Oops. Oh, guys, without standing up and then doing it. You know, it's so heavy that I can't release this. It just wants to go backwards. And there's hardly any stopping it. And oh, guys. Oh, gee. Oh, no. But when you put it down, if you put it down in the right spot, it goes down beautifully. But if you put it down when it's in the wrong spot, like right here, okay. So now he's pulled ahead a little bit, so that tire dropped into that hole. And now I can't lift this plow up. Well, I shouldn't say lift it up. I can't lower it any more than it is. So I can't easily pull this into place. I mean, it takes a lot of strength, and I don't see any way a kid could do it. So even myself, I have to stand up, push it, and it's all I can do to get it up there where I want it to be. Now, if I actually ask him to pull, then it would pull itself right in. As long as I'm holding this and I ask him to pull, squeezing it, it would pull right in. But then when it gets to where I want it to be, you've got to somehow get that opened up so it drops, locks it in place. Otherwise, it just drops all the way to the bottom. So it's things like that that really make it difficult to plow with this plow. I'm sure there's some modifications that could be done, and maybe they've already made these modifications and have made it better. I don't know. But, and I don't want to badmouth White Horse at all, because I generally basically do like this plow a lot, but some of these things do make it a little bit difficult to operate with. For some reason, when I'm at the end of the furrow, when I push this lever, this is a foot lever right here, that when I push it, the plow will come right up by itself. But sometimes, and lots of times actually, it comes all the way up about here, and then this handle, it doesn't lock into place. So if you let go, it just drops right back down into the ground. And so there's issues with that I don't like. I know a lot of times I'll get dirt clogged up in here, and so the teeth there aren't able to grab it maybe. But then just the tire just slides. There's no traction on these tires, and so they just slide and they won't pick it up. So I have to do it with two hands. I have to push it here, plus use my hand to get it up. So I don't know. I hate to badmouth any company or any piece of machinery, but if you guys are thinking about a plow, this particular one, and if you're first time, if you're a weak man like me, if you're a woman maybe that's not that strong, or hoping to let your children use it, you might reconsider, because it might not be the plow for you. White Horse makes other plows that would be probably just perfect for you, but this particular one is a little bit difficult in that sense. I do have the number 5 mold boards on there, which aren't even necessarily recommended, and I didn't realize it when I bought it, and I wish I'd gone with the number 4s. These are a bigger, longer bottom, and of course that makes more weight back there, so it makes it more difficult to lift it up and down and such. So yeah, that's my take on this plow, and maybe even as I plow a little bit, I can show you some of those issues that I'm dealing with and why they are working like they are. So this lever right here actually turns the tongue so that it kind of turns the wheel. So if my plow tends to be weaving to the left a little bit, if I pull this back, then it'll turn it, and so it'll go back into the furrow or stay in the furrow. The problem again on something like this, and there's probably nothing you can do about it, but I want to pull it backwards to place this back here, and the way the horses are standing, the tongue is so tight, I guess, so that I can't move it back. And if I can, it takes 2 hands, because I've got to be able to hold this lever, pull it back, and then I got to be able to hold it in place to release that lever like that. So anyways, let's see if we can get going here. We're also, like I said, plowing down the tile drain line, which is very miserable to plow. And we're just about done with that, and then we'll be in smoother soil, and that goes so much better between the tile drain lines. Oh. Oh, before I swing this around, I want to explain something about my field and what I'm doing. Maybe I should take the camera bend and show it even. Okay, so let me explain this. For you guys who have been watching the draining process, this is the main 6-inch line that goes up through there and all the way up to my spot up in there in the woods. And as you saw in other videos, we had some serious water issues with the water running right over the drain. Drain couldn't handle it, and it would run down right down through here. And that's what happened, and you can see it's still wet there. And I realized I was hoping to plow all the way to the fence here, but then I realized this is just going to cause me trouble all summer long. It's just not worth it until I do more tiling. And so that's why I'm stopping my plowing right here at the 6-inch line that comes through here. I'm not sure if that's clear to all you guys, but another interesting thing though, as you can barely see over there, I have from that fence row that you can see, I think there's two or three lines that go up to the barn. And you can sort of see where they end down there. And you can also see, or at least I can see, the difference in the soil from where that drainage is in, and then back this way where there is no drainage. It's all dry soil where there's drainage line, and up back this way, it's all wet soil. And so this whole section here has not been drained, so all the water that's coming off the farm down the hill is making this area still wet. And then on this side of the main tile, where it's been tiled, of course, it's all nice and dry. So that just gives you an idea of what the tiling is doing for my farm. It's doing a great job. But because of this few situations, I decided I'm going to have to stop the plowing right here, and I'll just probably put this in pasture for a year or two before I get some more tiling done, and then that should dry up this situation here. Okay, so I'll swing around here. This is my worst end for turning. When I'm turning to my left, if Baron, which is the horse on my right, he is on the, not hitched to the pole. So if he walks too far ahead, it lifts the pole right in the air, and if he walks too far back, the pole goes down. But when he's ahead too far, it makes it difficult, actually, for the other two to turn. That's a little bit confusing, I realize, but maybe you can see better by watching them. Oh, yeah. Oopa, ha, 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 oopa, ha, 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 oopa, ha, ha, oopa, ha, 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 careful, ha. Oh, good boys. When he's turning to left, he just always tends to turn a little faster, I guess, partially because the lines are pulling him over there, so he has to go fast to keep up. But see, now this time here, this plow just was so easy to put into place. And that's because this wheel was higher up. If I had pulled down there till the wheel dropped into the furrow, it would not have been easy to pick up in place. But those are the things you gotta think about as you're plowing, because otherwise you'll just have a lot of trouble. Now a lot of these problems I'm talking about, I've kind of mastered how to work around them. So I don't have any problems with it. But, well, I still have problems with it, but still it's doable. But for somebody new starting out, this, like I said, this might not be the plow for you guys. I know White Horse makes I think it's called a 715 plow. It's just a one bottom plow. So there's not two, there's just one. So you go round and round the field. And that is such a simpler way to plow. I personally think it takes a little bit longer than going this way, but it's so much easier for somebody, especially someone new starting out. So that might be a really good option for you. Cap, stop. Careful. Jeep, 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 cap. Cap stop. Cap stop. Oh, they're scared of you, Brenda. Yeah. Exactly. Cuffs up. Oh, I'll be so glad when this plowing is done. With these tile drains, it makes it so difficult. As you can see, the tile draining kind of takes up 4 to 6 feet probably of area. And as you can see how rough this is right here, where I just tile drained. And I'm having troubles with, especially Duke and Earl, they tend to be weavers. They just are young and they're inexperienced still, and so they tend to weave all over the place back and forth, so it's difficult. And then when you get into this area here where the tile was, you got high spots, low spots, there's nothing smooth about it, so it's just they weave even more. So I don't even try to, I'm not even concerned about having a straight furrow, because it's not, and that's okay. But you can see as we walk across this stretch here, this is between the tile drains, and see how nicely it plowed. And then it's 35 feet between these tile drains. So then you come to the tile drain and you have this section of rougher ground, and then it's nice and smooth again. Same back here, rougher ground. See, it didn't even plow that well right there. And then it straightens right up, and it's beautiful plowing right through here. And then you come to rough ground again. But it'll disc up, it'll be fine. But it does make for difficult plowing. So as you can see, we do have a lot of clay in our soil. And it's a very, very heavy soil, and it just makes for really hard plowing because of that. It's not like your sandy soil that so many people have. It's a very difficult plowing. G, 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 hip, G, 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 careful, G, G, careful step, careful, careful, G, careful. Oh. Well, guys, hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time on Working Horse of a Gym.